What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Good Days Only podcast with me, your boy OP, and we are on number 15 today. Yes, that's right. Dang, man. How do we get here already? 15 episodes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with your boy. If you're new to the show, welcome. And hope you enjoy what you're hearing. The Good Days Only podcast, bringing you good coffee, good vibes, and good music. Okay, the trifecta. Get you going throughout your days. Okay, what can make a good day better? Some good coffee, a good attitude, and some good music, some good tunes bumping in your headphones. Whatever you might be doing while you're folding laundry or walking the dog. That's okay. So that's what it's all about. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed this one, because I enjoy this caffeine right here. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into the caffeine breakdown. And for the caffeine breakdown, all right, here are the 4 categories. Okay, number 1, the coffee name and the roaster. Number 2, the roast type. 3, the brew style and coffee grind type for said brew style. And number 4, the appearance and packaging. Okay, so let's get right into this one. Okay, here we got, I realize, what the heck, I'm saying okay a lot. Let me get a little sip right here. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was kind of loud. The coffee name and the roaster. Okay. Oh, wow. Dude, I don't know what it is. Must be something in the coffee. But the coffee name and the roaster right here. We got a drum roll, please. Can we get a drum roll, please? Thank you. We got H&H Coffee Company, okay, coming to us from the great state of Idaho. All right, who knew that potatoes weren't the only thing coming out of Idaho these days? H&H Coffee Company is a family-owned wholesale coffee company coming out of the northern Idaho right there. And the little panhandle, is it considered a panhandle? It doesn't really look like a pan, but the skinnier part of Idaho. A little message by the coffee company here: excellence in every sip. Small batch roasted Arabica coffee. Start your day the H&H way. It's always coffee time here. Dang, I like that. Start your day the H&H way. That just rolls off the tongue so nice. And we appreciate their coffee. Some good old Arabian beans here. And when I say old, Arabica beans, rather, also known as Arabian beans, believed to be the first species of coffee to be cultivated. So they go on way back, okay? And I think this is probably has, some sort of reason or plays part as to why it's the most common coffee plant bean produced these days, and it makes up over like 65 or 70% of global production, which is pretty insane. We love those Arabian beans, Arabica beans, interchangeable. So maybe pull out one of the other terms around your other coffee-loving friends and give them a little quiz, see if they know what's up. Let me get a little sip. And out of their H&H Coffee Company, we got their Campfire. 100% Arabica coffee, whole bean, dark. That's what we got on the roast type. We got a dark roast. And now this is probably the darkest bean that I seen while doing this. So interestingly enough, and that was both with just a straight out of the bag and when it grinds up. And I also noticed with the grinding, it grinds up a lot easier than other beans. And I think I mentioned this before, so you got to be careful when you're grinding up your beans, because not all beans are created equal. I mean, it's a different roast out here. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that, because maybe it takes like 10 seconds to get a medium fine grind with a nice medium roast, at a lower altitude. But maybe at a higher altitude, or maybe I got that one backwards actually. At a higher altitude, because it would retain more of that moisture. At a lower altitude, if you get those beans and you got them, a light or a medium roast, then it might be a little bit harder to grind up that bean. And you got to pay attention to that, because you don't want the grind type to be not suited for your specific brew style. Okay? And the flavor profile here for this dark roast, their campfire dark roast: smoky, woodsy flavor, rich, smooth finish is what we got from the coffee masters here at H&H. That's what they tell us, and I do agree with them on the smoky for sure. Woodsy, yeah, I could see that. I could see that on the taste maybe, and the smooth finish. Very correct on that. No real bitter taste with this. This is a smooth drink all the way through, from the front of the tongue to the back of the palate. So we appreciate that. That's nice. And no real acidity with this one either, which y'all know I'm a fan of. Thank you, H&H. For the brew style, they give us a little recommendation online on their website. They say start off with 3/4 cup of coffee. I assume they mean the beans, probably pre-ground or unground rather. And so when you grind them up, it'll equate to the same thing. But for a 10 to 12 cup brewer. Now, I didn't have the 10 to 12 cup brewer on hand, but we do have the pour over. Okay, and we also got the French press. The Keurig for this one, it was all right. I don't know, the Keurig, something about it. I don't know if it's just like the water filter. Maybe I got to replace the water filter in the Keurig, and it'll give me a little bit better cup of joes over here. But the pour over, great coffee produced by the pour over here, and the French press as well. Now, I still did do the 3/4 cup of coffee, and this is much smaller than the 10 to 12 cup brewer here, but it's probably like 6 to 8 cups here, so a little bit stronger coffee. I am caffeinated. I'm getting a little bit warm right now. Wow. And this came out delicious. Let me get a little sip here. Yeah, that nice smoky, if you like smoky, flavor profile. Maybe a little peppery, not to throw you off, but like when you get like a little whiff of some pepper, not too strong, you just get a little smell of that in your nostrils, something like that. That's what that reminds me of. But thank you. This is a great coffee right here. The appearance and packaging. Let's talk about this bag a little bit. Couple things I like, couple things I dislike. And y'all know, number one, unfortunately, it is not the stand-up zipper pouch that we like over here at the GDO production studio. But we do have a nice color on this, a nice reflective gold bag here. Very nice, pops out at you. While if it's on the shelves, if it's on the counter somewhere, you'll definitely see this. If it's glistening in the sunlight, especially 24 carats. And I ain't talking Bruno Mars, okay? He's got a clean gold bag here. A nice picture of the boys. I'm assuming that's H and H. I don't know who H and H might be, but they're sitting around a campfire. Look at that. And so that's why they named it the Campfire. And I like that. It's a nice little sticker on the front right here. The sealing here is a resealable tape. Now, not my favorite. Don't really like it. Transfer the beans into a resealable container, airtight. So overall right here, I would say, not too much on the creativity for the name. I do like the flavor profile. It's just a good coffee. The dark roast, I'm a sucker for the dark roast. And I just couldn't really find any other information about them online. They have a Facebook page. They do have Instagram, scarce content on there. But they do have their website, so you can take a look. But Small Batch, doing their thing out there in northern Idaho. I don't know where Rathdrum, Rathdrum is, but out there in Idaho. I would say overall, given the criteria here and the flavor profile, the flavor kind of holds it up to, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And what is that? A C. So they got a C minus on some rubrics, or C minus. Yeah, overall, I like it. I enjoy it. If you guys are ever out there in Idaho, support a local business out there in Rathdrum, and give them your support, show them some love. Maybe they have some other blends that you might enjoy out there. Okay, but H&H Coffee Company, check out their website. It's just hhcoffeecompany.com. Yeah, overall, I'm gonna give it a 7. Thank you for the caffeine, H&H. But that's it for the caffeine breakdown here today. Let's move on to some good news. And to start off this good news today, let's introduce the winners, of the third ever GDO caffeine giveaway. And today I'm feeling generous. We got a couple winners for this giveaway, After episode number 15, we have, drum roll please, I'm going to just list them off all here. We got at Christopher Novak, at Austin Wilson, and my boy Tyler Meyer, and my little bro Josue. We are giving 4 coffees away to these lovely individuals, and mainly because 4 people entered the GDO caffeine giveaway correctly. I told y'all, I'm just trying to spread the love out here, so let's keep spreading the love. And they did make some great choices in terms of their caffeine. Mr. Chris, with the hair, with the slick back hair. Not all of us can have hair as silky smooth as this gentleman, but we are all very jealous. A very wise choice here. The Chronic from Doma Coffee Roasting Company out there, Post Falls, Idaho. Another Idaho coffee, another Idaho hitter. Okay, so thank you very much for participating, Chris. And shout out to you and shout out to yours. Austin Wilson, Instructor Austin, with another good-ass cafecito right here. The wonderful choice of the Morning Passion from Café Apasionato. Of course, all my OG listeners out there, you guys recall this from episode number 1. And this is still one of the best names for a coffee that I have ever heard. So, great choice. And a PSA from Instructor Austin here. For those of you that listened to the past episodes, thank you. And I did mention it, he's the one that got me back into snowboarding. And he just wants y'all to know to give it a shot. Get out there. Get out on the mountain, man. I was actually just out there yesterday shredding. Had a beautiful blue, sunny, blue bird, blue skies, nothing but blue in the air day, man. It was nice. They had we went to Mount Baker up here near Deming, Washington, up in northern Washington, damn near almost Canada, and it was a great time. They got 30 inches the previous 48 hours or 72 hours, 30 new inches of snow. So just some great skiing and snowboarding. And it's just a good, you just get away from all the BS, man. You get out there, you're not just stuck on your phone, and you're not on social media, all the politics, whatever, it just goes out the window, and you're just there in the moment with you and yours, whoever you're there with, or if you're there solo, it's fine. It's therapeutic. You're just humbled by how beautiful Mother Nature is. And also you get humbled by the little 3-year-olds that are doing way better than you on their skis or snowboard. And I don't understand that. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you guys are ever thinking about doing it, just do it. Holla at your boy. Let me know. I'll go with you. I'll take a trip somewhere with you. And go enjoy some nice snowboarding or skiing. Get out there on the mountain. From Tyler Meyer, a great choice here, and he's going with the Nostalgia Blend coming out of Poulsbo, Washington. A great choice here from the great Cafe Cocina, coffee roasting. Wanting to wish his mom a very happy B-Day on this beautiful Sunday. Hugs and kisses from your amazing son. Tyler, you son of a gun. You're such a sweetheart. Love you, bud. If you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in. And the little bro, my brother from the same mother, my actual brother, Josue. Also, the morning passion. Choosing the morning passion. See, this one, I'm telling y'all, it was first on here for a reason. Not really. I mean, because I really love the name, but... Hey, from the one and only Cafe Appassionato, and I'm telling you, still a name that's unmatched. And the little bro wants everybody to know, you know what, hey, everybody drinks water, right? We all need it to survive. Well, my little brother Josue wants y'all to know that boxed water is the way to go. Boxed water cartons are made of 92% plant-based material. An awesome company that has planted over 1 million trees this far as part of their hashtag Better Planet movement. For all social media posts with a picture of their boxed water and the hashtag Better Planet, their team plants 2 trees. Wow. How can you hate on that? You can't. Let me tell you, you can't. Deforestation is a huge issue, man. It has been for a while. So this is a great step in an effort to combat that and hopefully reverse the issues that we've caused ourselves. I wrote a paper on deforestation in college several years ago. And something ridiculous, like millions of acres out of the Amazon had been just completely just gone. Think about all the animals, man. Think about all that vegetation that is necessary, and then for the world, what do they say? The Amazon is like the lungs of the earth, or something like that. Do they say that? I don't know if they say that. Well, it's been said now. But yes, everybody, thank you for participating in the Good Days Only podcast caffeine giveaway. Some great caffeine coming all y'all's way, and appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now let's get in. While we're talking about planets, why not? I know I talk about planets and outer space quite a bit, but this one's pretty big, and you might have seen it in the news by now. But Mars, dude, again, Mars. We're coming back to Mars. Great news for mankind, as we're inevitably heading in the direction of planetary overpopulation, if that's a term. Planetary overpopulation sounds good, for sure. But If we keep producing and reproducing at the rate that we are at right now, there's no doubt. Like, have you guys ever seen that show Altered Carbon? How they're like, or just like any like Blade Runner, like, you know, there's just like buildings that are skyscrapers, and there's just like billions of people just crammed on top of each other. But you know, in the wise words of Elon Musk, you know, if we want to keep the human species from evaporating into nothingness, you know, we need to figure out a way to become interplanetary beings, or an interplanetary species. Something like that. Don't take that quote word for word. He did not say that word for word. He said something along those lines. So, sorry, too much coffee. Let me get a little. Actually, let's pour a little bit more. Why not? Why not? Because we're here, right? It's a good day. It's a good day today. The sun's coming out a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier in the morning, over here on the West Coast around Seattle. So we're in a, you know, it's the change of the seasons, I think, just about. Did the groundhog see his, what's his name? It's a funky name. I always forget. But did he see his shadow? I don't know. I forget. Let me get a little sip here. But what I'm saying is, for us to continue as a species, right? We need to be able to travel to other planets in our solar system and be able to figure out how to survive. Whether, you know, we touch down and build some sort of super dome, you know, technology, advanced community housing situation or something like that. Like, you know, something like a space station that can orbit other planets. That'd be cool. Or maybe like that movie with the people on the Earth or on the planet and that they're at, and then there's like a huge fancy like orbiting utopia thing. I can't think of the name. It's not Interstellar. I keep wanting to think Interstellar. It'll come to me. Anyways, what I'm talking about here, Mars. That's right. You probably seen this video footage online somewhere, or heard that, you know, there's a video and audio of the rover Perseverance landing on Mars. Whoa, touchdown on February 18th, so the very recent past. After launching from our humble abode here on Earth, those of you who have seen Lilo and Stitch, that's why I pronounced it that way. On Earth, for those of you that did not catch on to that joke. On July 30th of 2020, after like 7 months, finally landing on Mars. And they landed, the Perseverance rover landed on the Jezero crater. It's a crater on Mars that's believed to have a really good chance of, you know, once containing some sort of organismal life. Because from images that our scientific teams have and have looked at and analyzed, this crater looks like it has qualities that indicate that it once was a lake, you know, filled with water, some high quality H2O, baby, in the, you know, way in the past. I don't know how long ago, but there's preserved remnants of a river delta and inflow and outflow channels, which are all part of a lake that has, you know, its own natural filtration system. So that is pretty awesome. This Perseverance rover, though, some upgrades from previous rovers that have gone out into the depths of outer space. God, that's so crazy. Think about that. Just out there flying. Like, you know, I get scared when I fly in airplanes. I'm not gonna lie. It's just scary, dude. When you're like nodding off on an airplane, like falling asleep, and then all of a sudden you just like you wake up because you hit one of those little turbulence bumps and the plane kind of jostles around and it drops a couple feet, and you're just like, you know, like you're like, oh shit, this is it. This is how I go. Oh no. I'm you know, maybe I'm overreacting, but it's pretty scary. You get a little like, you know, that feeling like when you go over the hump on a roller coaster. That's kind of the feeling you get. I don't know. But this Perseverance rover, some upgrades we got here. Some high quality microphones, which we have. If you've seen the video footage, or if not, I urge you to look it up. And it's awesome because it's kind of actually scary. It's kind of ominous. It sounds like one of those videos that are taken that you're like, okay, you're expecting something to jump out now any moment because it's gonna like freak you out. Like that's what it reminds me of. But it's got the those high quality microphones, and that's never been added to a space mission, as far out as Mars in the past, as well as it's got a helicopter, dude. What? Like the new iPhone updates, you feel? Rover's update over the years. Super dope for all of us, as a human species. I know I might nerd out a little bit about outer space, but I don't know. This shit's cool. I feel. You can find the link to this specific mission to Mars, the overview, and I got like a 3-minute video, 2 or 3 minute video where some scientific homies explain what's going down. I'll put that link in the description of this episode, so follow that link because it's a really cool video. It's very informational and it's got some awesome graphics on it as well. Now, to round off the good days only good news section for today, some news for you, some good news for me. We're moving out of our apartment. We've been here for several years now. I think like 3 years. This is what we've called home, but we're ready for something else. It's getting a little too crammed. We got too much stuff in here, and just kind of ready for a change of scenery. With that being said, y'all know the headache that moving can cause. So your boy's gonna take a little break here. Wah, wah. I know. It's not great news, but during this time, got a couple other projects, couple things that I want to work on behind the scenes for you all. So I'm going to take a little time to do those. And hopefully the next time that, we'll speak, we will be, or, the next episode that comes out will be in our new humble abode, in our new home. And maybe give you guys a little tour, on the IG or something. But just wanted to let you guys know we're moving. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Probably we're looking around the same area here just because we love this Beacon Hill area. Shout out all my Beacon Hill listeners out there around here in Seattle, the Emerald City, some call it. But we're also looking over around like Capitol Hill area, First Hill area, all the hills around here. Shout out to The Weeknd. But with that, let's get into the GDO playlist. And for the GDO playlist this week, what do we got? Well, let me tell you, I have my music library on shuffle, as your boy often does when unable to decide the mood that I'm in. I do this quite often. So I came across this song here. And this was actually the first song that I had ever heard from this group. And it just put me in a great mood. And so I was like, you know what? This is what I got to talk about. And this is the playlist I'm going to make. That song, My Humps. That's right. I'm talking about the Black Eyed Peas. Okay, the group that banded together in 1995. We've seen members come and go over the years. But I think we all know, of course, Fergalicious. All right. Joining the crew from 2002 to 2016. And will.i.am as well in the group here, Taboo and Apple D App, spelled not at all how I thought Apple D App was spelled. I didn't know that it had this spelling before. But of course, all of those three holding it down since the origins back in 95. What a great year, huh? 1995. The Black Eyed Peas got together. It was, the birth date of your boy. And that's it. That's all that happened in 95. I'm just kidding. But an interesting factoid here. There is another former member of the group, Kim Hill, a solo soul musician now, but she was a part of the Black Eyed Peas from 1995 to the year 2000, Y2K, and she left the group after being pressured by Interscope Records to over-sexualize her image. So, good on her. To GTFO. Get out of there, man. She said nope. She was like, I'm not doing that shit for y'all. That's not me. So, she went off and did her own thing, and she's been successful. So, that just goes to show, don't give in to other people's demands and what they want to do or what they want you to do for them. All right, do what makes you happy. Be true to yourself. And yes, I know, My Humps, probably not the most appropriate song for a young child to be listening to. I was probably like age 10 or 12 or something. I don't know. When did that song come out? Like, I'm gonna guess like 2005, maybe, probably. So I was like 10, around 10. And yeah, 2005. Off of the album Monkey Business. What a great album title. That album also has some other great bangers, like Pump It Louder, Pump It Louder. You guys know that song. And Don't Funk With My Heart, another song that I love. At first, it was kind of just a joke because I didn't really like the way that Fergie sounded in it. But then, I don't know, it just grew on me. Also a banger. The song Bebot, you guys ever heard that song? I don't know what that means. But shout out to all my Filipino brothers and sisters out there. Go listen to that if you have not listened to it. It's spelled Bebot. And it's all in Tagalog. I'm pretty sure it's all in Tagalog. Except for like a couple of words here and there. Chicken adobo. But that's a great song. And just a upbeat, fun song. I don't really know what they're saying. And I haven't bothered to look at the translation because I just love the song like that. But go ahead and listen to that. All right. Got some other songs on there from other albums that they came out with and some singles on there too. So check out that playlist. All right. I think you'll really enjoy that if you enjoy the Black Eyed Peas. And if not, if you've never really heard of the Black Eyed Peas, you can still take a listen and see if it's up your alley. Okay, they do have some good pop music, some funky music. I haven't really listened to more recent stuff. It's kind of like electronic more, these days, but they're evolving with the tunes. They've been together since 95. Think about that. That's a long time. Dang, 26 years now. Well, that's awesome. Good for them. But yes, check that out. The description or the link will be in the description of the podcast here. And this brings us to an end. If you've not already, follow the GDO podcast on the Instagram page at GDO Podcast. Hit the subscribe button here wherever you're listening to this, whether it be Spotify or the Apple Podcasts link or Stitcher or whatever you're listening on. Subscribe, like, maybe share your favorite episode of the show with a friend. Share the love of caffeine, and maybe bring them some new music that they might enjoy. And thank you for tuning in. I will see you all next month after we have moved out of our current home. But thank you. Probably going to be dropping on March 5th is what I'm thinking. That would be 1 month. Or no, not March 5th. What am I looking at here? Going to be doing April 5th. Easter Monday. The day after Easter Sunday. Well, I'm rambling. See you all then. Love you all. Peace.